What is going on? It's the Narrow Top 23. I'm back with another video. Before we get to the video, YouTube, I need you to hit the like, comment, and subscribe button. Turn on that post notification bell while you at it, man. Colorado took another damn L, man. They need to fix some shit, bro. I don't know what the hell they got going on. Well, actually, I do. The damn linebackers, bro. They hit Shilo so many goddamn times, bro. This shit didn't make no damn sense. But today we got video says my problem with Shedeur Sanders situation, man. Let's get straight into it.
It's sad, man. It really is. I don't believe Shilo Sanders should have to do this, but if he wants to keep playing football, he's going to have to. He's going to have to change his ways.
What he's doing? A lot of them need to change their ways.
So yeah, we got a very interesting topic to get into tonight. At first glance, I wasn't going to address this, but I couldn't stop thinking about it, so here we are. I gotta speak up about this situation because I haven't seen anybody else talking about it. And this situation involves not the Sanders you're thinking of, not Shedeur, not the quarterback, but the other son, Shilo. It's going to be controversial, to say the least. We're going to talk all about that in tonight's video, but also we got two other topics to speak on. One of those topics includes one of the wildest penalties you're ever going to see in the sport, and also, somebody sent me this on Twitter as well, thank you for this, and if you ever want me to talk about something, just send it to me. Who deserves to win Coach of the Year? It's been a while since I said this. We got a jam-packed video, 3 topics to go over. Get your popcorn, get your snack. It's going to be a good one. All right, man. Blah, blah. Shut the crap up. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. Oh, yeah, guys, real quick. I forgot to say this in the intro, but we are less than 2,000 subscribers away from 300K. So if you like college football content and you want to be a part of our amazing community, by the way, shout out to everybody that's already subscribed. Consider subscribing. We'd love to have you here. If you don't want to subscribe, that's cool, too. All right, let's really get into things. First things first, gotta share this with y'all. Check this out. So Air Force and Colorado State, they played Saturday. And I know a lot of people weren't tuning into this game, but check out one of the wildest penalties you're ever going to see. And I don't have the other screenshot. I wish I did. But the Colorado State, I guess you'd say student section, they had a...
Them folks was throwing snowballs.
Watch college football all season long.
Yeah,
live and cable free.
Had to get moved back. I think it was 8, 9, or 10 something rows, because they were throwing snowballs at Air Force. Yes, that's right. You heard me correctly. They were throwing snowballs at Air Force, and they got enforced a 15-yard penalty for it. Oh, here it is. Here it is, guys. I found the picture. Look at where they moved them back. They moved them back. That looks at least like 15 rows. That's wild. That's something you don't see every single day. But I do want to share with y'all.
Stop doing dumbass shit. Like, what the fuck are y'all doing?
But hey, man, what can you expect? College kids and snow doesn't really mix well together. Moving along here to our second topic, and we're going to try to breeze through this quick as well. Coach of the Year. Obviously, you got some other candidates, but out of these two guys, Lance Leopard and Eli Drinkowitz, who do you think should be Coach of the Year? For me, at least, I would have to go with Eli Drinkowitz.
I only watch Colorado
because Missouri wasn't expected to do jack crap this year, and they're sitting pretty at 7-1. And I think this conversation will be over. If he can upset Georgia, he will win Coach of the Year. That's just me. I also don't have a problem with Kansas coach winning, or maybe some others. Let me know in the comment section who you got. But now, finally, moving on to the main topic of the main encore, the main reason you clicked onto this video. What's going on with Shilo Sanders? No introduction needed. You should know who Shilo Sanders is. Although we haven't talked about him too much on the channel, he is a pretty good player, and I do think he gets a little bit, or not even a little bit, a lot of bit overshadowed by Shedeur Sanders, the quarterback. However, with that being said, Shilo Sanders, he is a really good football player, and he's a ball hawk. He is always around the football, and he's always wrecking havoc and causing turnovers. It's a similar trait that Dion possessed, and you shouldn't be shocked by this because they share the same DNA. The reason I bring him up, though, is because he was going viral Saturday night for this hit he had against a UCLA player. I'm sure some of you saw it, and when I saw it in live time, I was like, man, that ain't targeting. Get out of here. I didn't think it was that bad. I thought it was a football play, but when they did the replay, I kind of saw what they were saying, and when I first saw a couple of replays, I was like, oh yeah, they're going to throw him out. I'm not saying I agreed with it, but that was my immediate response to the replays. By rule and by definition, it was targeting because he led with his helmet and he hit the helmet of the UCLA player. And the problem with this is although he didn't really make helmet-to-helmet contact, when he dipped the shoulder, I'll try to zoom it in for you right here and show you a stop, I guess you'd say, frame, it is targeting. It was the last second where he lowered his head, the crown of his helmet, and hit the player. That's what did it for him. And it wasn't even close. It wasn't even like it was controversial. That was the quickest review I ever saw. It probably only took like 35 seconds, and they came back and said, oh yeah, it's confirmed. He's out of the game. Look, man, if you don't listen to a single other part of this video, please listen to this part because it's so important and vital. I hate, and I'll get to this in just a second, I hate seeing a young man ejected from the game. I absolutely hate it. But by rule and by definition, yeah, it was the right call. Unfortunately, I hate to say that. That don't mean I like the rules, and that don't mean I like the call, but it was the right one.
Yeah,
but here's my biggest,
absolute
biggest problem with this, and I'm not going to lie to you guys, it does make me mad. It does enrage me because it's terrible for the sport of college football. I'm beyond sick and tired of seeing these young men get ejected for the entire game. I believe the targeting rule, and I've been saying this and harping on this for years and years and years, and I don't see anybody else talking about it, and it does piss me off. In college football, for these young men, they are only playing 12 games a year. They put in so much blood, sweat, tears, all that work and effort in the offseason, and for one play like this, they're out for the rest of the game? And that's not to mention, if this would have happened early in the third quarter, Shedeur Sanders, he would have missed the rest of this game, right? And then he would have missed the first half of the next game. It's BS. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of seeing kids get thrown out of the game for one mistake. I firmly believe the targeting rules should be this. You get 2 targeting calls and then you get ejected. Not
the first one.
We're penalizing these young men for making a mistake that they didn't even try to do intentionally. 99.8% of targeting is not intentional. They're not trying to hurt somebody. It just happens. It's football. Your natural instinct is to tackle a guy. When you're trying to make a tackle, when you're trying to make a play, you don't have time to think, okay, let me make sure I don't hit him high. No,
right,
you're trying to get that guy on the ground. My biggest problem
bro.
with this isn't the hit, the play, whatever, but I'm just tired of seeing ejections. We have to. We got to change the game. It's got to be changed to 2 targeting penalties, then you're out. Because I think we can all agree, if you get called for targeting twice, there's really no excuse for it. It's like, all right, you had your warning, and yeah, you're just out for the rest of the game, buddy. And it goes back to this. I'd say 90% of targeting hits, they're not even really that bad, and they're just beyond controversial. Same thing for this Shilo hit. Ask any football player. It's not a vicious hit. It's not brutal. It was a hard hit, but it wasn't anything crazy. He just hit the dude in the shoulder pads, and it just so happened Shilo at the last second ducked his head, and his helmet happened to hit the UCLA player's helmet. It wasn't bad. Don't care what anybody says. But, and I have a big but, going back to the rules here, rule. He broke the rule, so I get the ejection. But my thing is, we gotta change the standard, man. We gotta bump it up to 2 targeting penalties, then you're out. Because I don't think it's fair for these kids to throw them out of an entire game. They only get 12 games a year. And Shilo Sanders even recently tweeted this out: bring old school football back. And I agree with him. As a fan, I'm tired of seeing this game get so soft, and every single hard hit, everyone's immediate reaction is, oh yeah, that's targeting. To me, at least, I think targeting should only be if you just completely destroy a dude helmet to helmet. That's it. But the way they have the rules set up, it is so controversial, and it's so ticky-tacky and wishy-washy. For those of you that don't know, to give you some context, here's what the rulebook, this is the NCAA rulebook, says about targeting. A player should be penalized for targeting if he makes quote-unquote forcible contact to the head or neck area of a defenseless opponent with the helmet, forearm, hand, fist, elbow, or shoulder. You see, that's why everybody's confusing all this, because you saw the Shilo Sanders hit, and you're like, well, he didn't hit him with his helmet. And you're right, but it's not just with your helmet. You can hit a guy with your shoulder to the head or neck area, and that's targeting. And you can defend Shilo Sanders all you want, but he did break the rules. Yet again, I don't agree with the rules, but that's the rules. In my humble opinion, it should only be some kind of vicious helmet-to-helmet contact, and that's it. And I get it, we're trying to make the game safer, but at the same time, we're ruining the game for guys like Shilo Sanders. He wants to go on here and hit players hard, and now what it's forcing Shilo to do is he's having to change his whole play style. Because now when he goes to make a tackle, he's like, oh, wait, I can't hit this guy high. I got to make sure I hit him low. It just messes up everything. It throws you off your game. And guess what? This shocked me. Rob freaking Gronkowski spoke on this situation, and here's what he had to say. Richard Sherman wound up saying, they have officially taken it too far, ruining the game, and here's what Rob Gronkowski quote tweeted. Richard, baby, I 100% agree with you. This is coaching tape. That is the exact location on my body I would want to be hit in a situation like that. Receiving the ball and not seeing my blind side. If he went low, the chance of him being out for a season from an injury goes way up. And you see what I'm saying? I agree. I'm going to ask you guys a question. If you were catching a ball, where would you rather be hit? In your shoulder or at your knee area? Come on now. I think we'd all say shoulder area. And yet again, I'm going to go back to this. My biggest gripe on the situation isn't even the rule. I just want to see it be 2 targeting penalties, then you're ejected, not 1. I'm tired of the whole ejection thing. And they actually changed this part of the rule, for those of you that didn't know. They used to say you can't even watch the game with the rest of your team. You got to go in the locker room. But now they've changed it to where you can stay on the sideline. So that is a plus.
The fuck
if
they
we're going to try to
do?
be soft and protect the players,
you can't even watch the game?
Cool, whatever. That's fine. But let's give these defensive players more than one strike in the round. Let's give them two. Because a lot of times, and I don't even want to dive into this rabbit hole, the offensive player, he'll lower his shoulder. And what do you want the defensive player to do? The defensive player is at the disadvantage because if he lowers his shoulder, you have nowhere to hit him but in the shoulder neck area. And it goes back to this, Shedeur Sanders saying, oh yeah, bring back old school football. Well, listen up, my man. It ain't going to happen. So you got to change the way you play the game, unfortunately. Did I say Shedeur Sanders? I meant to say Shilo, my bad. Yeah. It's sad, man, it really is. I don't believe Shilo Sanders should have to do this, but if he wants to keep playing football, he's going to have to. He's going to have to change his ways. It ain't fair, but guess what? That's life. It ain't fair, but guess what? That's life. It is what it is. I could go on and on. The whole targeting rule, it's beyond controversial. I'll let you guys talk about it in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts down below. But,
yeah, that shit don't make no sense. I don't really watch football enough to understand, like, the whole rule and shit like that. But the way it looks, it was just a regular headbutt. Like he said, he broke the rules, and it is what it is. But the one thing I do goddamn know is Colorado needs to step this shit up, man. God damn, man. Like, first couple games, niggas thought y'all was down the Patriots and all type of shit. And now it's like, damn, bro. Like, come on. But you, too, rocking with the channel, man. Go ahead and leave me a like, comment, subscribe.